Like, think about it. One of the greatest investors, Charlie Munger, invested in Alibaba. You think at like 210, 215, one of the greatest investors thought 215 was a bad price. It was undervalued. Charlie Munger we're talking about. Again, and again. Look what's always driving the narrative for Alibaba. It's honestly crazy at this point. Just the mere speculation is just driving these stocks down, man. Down almost 6% for the day, man. Hello everyone, welcome to Just Invest Today. And in today's video, we are talking about Alibaba. It's in the news again, another news cycle. And this is having to do with Softbank. Of course it has to be Softbank, one of the major shareholders of Alibaba. News just came out that Alibaba is registering new shares. So this is dropping prices down because people think Softbank is actually going to sell out of its position or going to start selling out of its position because it got enough shares where Softbank can actually sell out slowly. And that's what the speculation is. That's what everyone is thinking. So let's read some of this. So Alibaba plans to register 1 billion new American depository shares in the US. May be a sign that Softbank intends to sell some of the 5.3 billion Alibaba ordinary shares it owns. Softbank's stake in the equivalent of almost 674 million ADSs of nearly 24% of Alibaba. Last Friday, Alibaba filed with the US Securities Exchange Commission to register 1 billion new ADSs, with each of those representing 8 ordinary shares of Alibaba stock. So this is the major news. So this is what's happening. And I keep driving the point. I keep saying this as a narrative. You have to make Alibaba news. Like, this has to be front and center because it generates revenue for all these articles. They're just speculating. They don't even know if this is true. They don't even know if this is happening. They haven't even talked to anyone about this. But this is the news. This is the things that they have to talk about to keep the revenue coming to the media. The media is always going to drive the narrative. This doesn't even have to be true. But look what's happening in the market. You really have to think about it. You have to keep driving this Alibaba narrative. You have to keep saying stuff. Because remember, what the media wants, it wants people to trade in and out of Alibaba. The media, all the financial institutions are based on transactions. How much shares are you going to buy? How much shares are you going to sell? That's what the news is based on. So the more Alibaba headlines, the more headlines of any stock, the more guidance breakdowns, the more guidance lowering, it's just going to drive the narrative, drive the price lower. And that's what they want. They want you to trade in and out of stocks, right? So this is the whole point of the news, the whole point of these articles. They need to drive this narrative that people are just going to sell out of Alibaba so it can keep more transaction, keep more people watching reviewing their posts on Wall Street Journal, on Barron's, whatever it is. But even if, let's say this is true, we have to think of it from Softbank's point of view. Look what happened. Softbank suffers 54 billion from China's tech crackdown. You have to understand what institutions are thinking about. Can you please like this video, subscribe to my channel? I'm always providing you guys with so much new content, man. So subscribe. What institutions are doing? Softbank has been getting killed this year, almost like 45% down, because remember, they have a lot of stake in all these Chinese companies. So you got to think of it like that. What is happening in the market? What's going on? Remember, institutions have to report to people. They have to say like, oh, we're making this much money, we're generating this much profit, we're up this much percent. Softbank can't do that. So what are they going to do? They're going to get rid of their position and invest in a new company, invest in a different bunch of stocks because they need to generate those returns somehow. And if they don't see that in 1 year, 2 years, they got to sell out of it. So that's what Softbank is up against. But us, shareholders don't have anyone above us, don't have anyone talking to us, we can wait all day long. It doesn't matter what Softbank does. It doesn't matter what these people are doing. We have all the time in the world. We have 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. We don't have to report to anyone. So that's what Softbank is suffering. They're getting killed in the market. They're losing all this money, right? And they have nothing to show for it. So people are going to want their money back. The institutions are going to be like, what are you doing, Softbank, about this problem? So we don't have this same hurry to sell our shares, because why would we do that when Alibaba is going to be prosperous 4 or 5 years down the line. It's not going anywhere. It's only going to get stronger. Think about it. Look what the market is telling you. Just look at the market. Like, think about it. It's telling you, look, in 2017, it was $115. So basically what the market is telling you is that Alibaba hasn't grown in 5 freaking years. Like, it's the same company in 2017 to 2022. That's what the market is basically telling you. It's the exact same company. The price is exactly the same. So in the market, it's telling you Alibaba's value has not changed since 2017. If you still think Alibaba is worth $115, you're delusional. That's what I'm saying, is that we have all the time in the world to wait. Like, think about it. One of the greatest investors, Charlie Munger, invested in Alibaba. You think at like 210, 215. One of the greatest investors thought 215 was a bad price. It was undervalued. Charlie Munger we're talking about. And like, you have to admit, he's one of the godfathers in investing. He doesn't make a lot of investment decisions. So you have to take that to your bank, even though we don't look to like authority figures as like, oh, since they bought it at this price, that means it's this price. But it's telling you that since 2017, Alibaba has not increased its value. That's what the market is trying to sell to you. So if you believe that, you can believe that, but you have to open your eyes on what the market wants you to do. It wants you to transact. It wants you to sell your shares on any single piece of news. Any kind of news that comes out of Alibaba, people are going to sell. People are going to fight back, and that's what they want. They want these increased transactions from institutions, from individual people. They got to get that flowing. They got to get those transactions flowing. That's how they make their money. You got to think of it like that. So guys, tell me what you think about all this news about Alibaba and his share count going down. Do you think Softbank is just going to undercoverly just get rid of all their shares? And even if they do, who cares, man? We're in Alibaba for 5 to 10 years. We don't have to worry about what Softbank is doing, what any other investor is doing. So tell me what you think, guys. Like this video, subscribe to my channel. I'll get back to you in the next video. Peace.